Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again. I finally put my hands on the third copy of Preparation of Rites. So the first thing I had to try and actually update was of course the deck that you saw in the thumbnail. So before jumping right with guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here of course with Yami Yugi and his Monster of Rites. This is what I think is the optimized deck list for all of you and of us that love this little guy right here, Magician of Chaos. I've always loved this guy since he made his first appearance in Duel Links, and so now we've got triple Preparation of Rites to help this thing going. This becomes insane not only because you can search of course the Magician of Chaos itself, because you can add a level 7 or lower ritual monster, but also because if you already happen to activate actually a ritual summon, if you already perform the ritual summon, you're gonna have an advanced ritual heart in the graveyard. So with this you can grab another Magician of Chaos and actually have an advanced ritual heart back to your hand. So you can go with 2 ritual summons back to back with this, and it makes this deck really good in terms of power, and also it helps in terms of consistency. Then the thing is just the same. We have basically 6 searchers, actually not counting the Preparation of Rites, but the 6 searchers are Triple Rod, of course, that can search either the Dark Magical Circle or the Eternal Soul, and the Triple Cosmic Saglon that will help us not only getting rid of the back rows, but of course also, thanks to the skill, for each Cosmic Saglon we use, and in particular for each 1000 life points we use, we get to use the skill to return a card from our hand to the deck, and adds either a ritual monster or a ritual spell card. So basically, if you have Cosmic Saglon plus Preparation of Rites, you have the combo. Because keep in mind, a Defensive Ritual Heart is good because you do not need to have the tributes in your hand on your field. You're going to send the tributes from your deck. And of course, if you don't remember it, this thing really synergizes with Eternal Soul, because basically if you send the Dark Magician to the graveyard with the Advanced Ritual Heart, you basically have a Dark Magician in the graveyard to special summon from with the Eternal Soul. Keep in mind also of course that Magician of Chaos counts itself as a Dark Magician on the field and in the graveyard. So this means that it not only triggers the effect of Circle when you summon it, thus allowing you to banish a card your opponent controls, but also it can be a target for your Eternal Soul in order to be special summoned back from the graveyard, because it is a Dark Magician. And last but not least, because it is a Dark Magician, when you have Eternal Soul on the field, it becomes unaffected. Thanks of course to the effect of Dark Magician. As written here, every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effect. So the only thing you have to look out of course is protecting your Eternal Soul, because if they pop that, of course you have some issues. The deck is extremely powerful. I think one of the most powerful that we can have, because if you think that with Preparation of Rites you also have you're gonna have more chances of having a couple of these on the field. And keep in mind the effect of popping, it's not once per turn. So if you have 2 of this, you can be able to trigger both the effects and pop 2 during your opponent's turn as well. So that's really insane. But keep in mind you have an extra deck. I'm only playing this is actually the generic one. You can play even more stuff like the other Nightmare Unicorn of course. But of course, if you think that after you pop something and you banish something with Circle, you can go even into Ebon Illusion Magician to go even further. I mean, it just becomes so much to handle. Of course, this does not solve all the consistency issue. This actually helps a lot, but it's still you're still gonna have a couple of some duels when you just draw the Magician of Chaos plus the Circle, maybe and you don't draw anything you need. So it may happen, but this definitely helps for the consistency. And if you love this, Preparation of Rites is definitely a card you're looking forward to. So guys, that was all for the explanation, and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay against Rockets. We have a 2-win streak in front of us, and it's him to go first. So Boulder Launch, usual stuff. Rocket Tracer with the skill is gonna play the Boost Sector Launch, and is gonna summon in just one monster. Then he used the effect of Rocket Tracer to have another monster plus the effect of Magna Rocket Dragon in the end phase in order to summon another Rocket Dragon. He has a set card, as you can see right there. He has another Rocket Tracer. So we started with the Cosmic Siren, of course, to get rid of the chain. Very nice play right here for him. He used the chain in order to pop it to get benefit from the effect of Tracer. Now we can use Master of Rites to get the piece of the combo we're missing. First thing first, Magical Circle, of course. We weren't that lucky with the draws, but still, advance your Ritual Heart to get the Magician of Chaos out, get the Banish, as you can see right there. I went for the Magna Rocket Dragon because I didn't want him to use the effect again of that, but of course he changed the effect of Rocket Tracer. Actually, he didn't. He could have. So it didn't use the effect of Rocket Tracer, so I was able to banish that, and then he used the effect of Evilswarm Nightmare in order to set, of course, my boy. I went on with the Rod to search for Eternal Soul. At this point we're chilling because we have a banish in your opponent's turn thanks to Eternal Soul. He went on with the Boot Sector Launch, and then he summoned the other guy. As soon as he summoned the other guy and he had no cards in hand, I went for the Eternal Soul play, because the issue can be that if he summons the Void Ogre Dragon, he can negate my Eternal Soul. That's why I want to banish before he does anything. So there you go. Use the Nightmare's effect, but this time, because we have Eternal Soul on the field, the effect of Nightmare won't affect our Dark Magician because it is unaffected. We banish the boy, but it's got the effect of Rocket Tracer, so he can still summon another non-tuner monster in order to go for his Synchro Summon, but instead he went to do Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, making another mistake because he targeted the Rod and then he attacked the Dark Magician. Not a good thing, you know, because I can just summon it back next turn, so what's the point of that? I don't know, but still, in the end phase, another Rocket Dragon coming on the field. But now we have the Magician of Chaos ready. We started with the Preparation of Rites. Look at how good it is right now. Then we trigger the effect of Chaos first to pop the field spell. Now we're ready because he cannot change the effect of Rocket Tracer because he has his field clocked. So we grabbed everything we needed, as you can see, and then we went straight away with the second summon, with the second ritual summon, second Magician of Chaos, eating the field with that banish. Actually, I didn't banish because I was afraid actually of him using the effect of Rocket Tracer to actually dodge that, keeping in mind that we have another summon thanks to Eternal Soul, keep in mind that. So I just attacked the guy, then Eternal Soul, as you can see, to go with Dark Magician. Now we banish, and then we pop another monster with Magician of Chaos as a fact. There you go. And I didn't attack that because I didn't want to trigger his the effect. His turn, he's got nothing in hand, and keep in mind that any spell card he activates, we can just pop. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys. This should be Arcus, isn't it? Let's see. It seemed to go first. Oh, of course, Arcus. So let's speed things up, not to waste your time, my boys. We have all the stuff, of course, usually. Galatea, drawing 2, right? Yep, of course. Dingirs coming soon. Some more monsters on the field. He went with the Longirsu actually, and then there you go. He's got just one set card, so we were pretty lucky right here, and a couple of boys. Cosmic Silence to begin with, it's so good. Cosmic is just too good in this meta right now. Then we went with Circle to grab, the only thing we had was a Dark Magician, and we added that because we can just use the skill to return the Dark Magician back to deck, as you can see, and to grab the missing piece that was the Advanced Ritual Art. Then there you go, Ritual Summon into Magician of Chaos. So we first banish, but we do not change the effect of Magician of Chaos, because if we pop the pop will come first, and then he's gonna be able to actually avoid that pop. That's why we first banish, okay? We banish it in here, so then preparation rites. Now we took the effect of Magician of Chaos to pop that, and he's got nothing, because now at this point we can just use the second advanced ritual art straight away into the second Magician of Chaos, allowing us to have lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys, a third win in a row against, this was our third win in a row against Playmaker. Let's see what we have. It's us to go first, Circle to grab Eternal Soul, and we're already chilling. Then we have Rod to grab another Eternal Soul at this point, because we want to be sure about that. We got Preparation Rites as a turn 1 starter in order to grab the missing piece. And there you go, Advanced Ritual Hearts going to our boy Magician of Chaos, and then we have a couple of Eternal Soul. And now the point, keep in mind guys, that the combo right here is that you can just flip up your Eternal Soul, okay, in order to trigger the effect of Chaos, Magician of Chaos, to pop a card. But you can decide not to use the effect of Eternal Soul, so you can use the effect of the Banish thanks to the Circle, and the effect of popping with the Magician of Chaos in two separate frames, in two separate time frames. So you first flip up the Eternal Soul to trigger the effect of Magician of Chaos, and then in a second moment you can activate the effect of the Eternal Soul you just flipped up in order to banish a card thanks to the effect of Circle. So we have one of the best setup of our turn 1. It's got the Cyclones to begin with, hitting our Eternal Soul, but he forgot that I had it a couple, so unless he's gonna plan to have two, to have another Cyclone, he definitely made a mistake right there. So he went with the Horror. As soon as he summoned a Narcos Boy, here comes the thing, we go with the Eternal Soul to summon a Dark Magician. As you can see, Dark Magician is the field, Circle to banish the Orcus, of course, and Chaos to pop the Scrap Recycler. What's the issue right here is that because the Eternal Soul was already flipped up, the Chalice targeting Magician of Chaos does not do anything, because Eternal Soul makes my boys unaffected. So he just gets scoped, turn 1 against Arcus. That's pretty nice. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Fourth duel, my boys, we have a Raging Pendulum. So it's us to go first, and Cyclone is going to be so important right here. We had our preparation rites. As you can see, this actually makes it so consistent. Imagine just starting just with the Rod right here. Rod would have done basically anything, but with preparation rites, we have a good Searcher. So there you go, we have the combo. We can just go into the Advanced Ritual Heart, and even if we do not have Circle, we still have one Cyclone plus a pop of our Magician of Chaos. And against the Pendulum deck, it's really good. He started with the Pendulum Call, discarding a Heat Wave. That was an interesting choice. Grabbing the Timebreaker Magician. He went with Timebreaker Magician, activating its effect. But guess what? I can just flip up Eternal Soul, not even using the effect of Magician of Chaos, because flipping Eternal Soul makes him unaffected. So Timebreaker gets banished, but my Magician of Chaos does not. So it just setting a couple of skills. Then I went with the Cyclones on the Off-Dragon Magician, so we're chilling. And keep in mind that I cannot use the effect of Chaos on the skills because he used Pendulum Call, so they cannot be destroyed. But now he went for the Wisdom Eye, but he forgot that he cannot pop anything, so he has to keep the Wisdom Eye Magician. He has to wait for the next turn. He's gonna grab, of course, a couple of stuff with the skill. And then it's got this Pendulum Summon into the dice, and I just went with Eternal Soul effect to pop the Pendulum Dragon and summon a Dark Magician on the field. There you go. At this point you went with Dragon Pit to pop that, and still not that much of an issue. We can still do it. We tried exactly what we needed, but this was not actually luck. I think it was, this was luck actually. No, I was thinking about Circle, but I didn't activate Circle. So as soon as he activates that, I went with the Magician of Chaos. So why? Because I knew he was about to use the effect of either the Wisdom Eye or the Dragon Pit. So if he activates any of these effects, I can chain Magician of Chaos to pop that. There you go. I activate that to pop. Use the effect of Wisdom Eye. I change the effect of Magician of Chaos because, of course, the Pendulum skill counts as a spell card. That's why you can change the effect of Magician of Chaos to pop the Dragon Pit. So he's got another Wisdom Eye Magician, unfortunately, so he can still go on into another Pendulum Summon. He used the effect of Timebreaker again, and he forgot that Eternal Soul makes him unaffected. Now we got Preparation of Rites, the best card ever at this point, because we would have had another Ritual Summon. E-scooped, that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Fifth duel, my boys, we have Arcana. Wait, what is this guy playing? Orcus, of course. Why do I even ask? So look at this. It's got, of course, the East starter this time was the Machina Fortress. I don't know how to read it. So he's got the full combo. We're gonna just speed things up. Galatea, of course, for the Pot of Greed. Ready? Of course, Orchestrated Return. Look at that. And double draw, bombard, have even another monster, the use of course, a set card, and he's done. Cyclone to begin with, but we missed the spell card, so that was a very good pick, the Cyclone. There you go. It was just another return though, so it was a bluff. Rod to begin with, grabbing a circle. Now the only fact we need to be careful about is the Machina Fortress, because if it is targeted, it makes your opponent be able to discard a card from your hand. So I just grabbed an Eternal Soul, then Master of Rites to grab an Advanced Ritual Heart, because we just need one, you know. And at this point, Advanced Ritual Heart to begin with, the Magician of Chaos is hitting the field, triggering the effect of Circle to banish the Dungir, so no effect of Chaos, we're gonna wait, then the effect of Preparation of Rites to get another Ritual Summon, but most of all, to activate Magician of Chaos effect to pop the Skeleton. So goodbye to Skeleton, another Ritual Summon is basically ready and served to us so easily. So Advanced Ritual Heart number 2, second Magician of Chaos. But we're not popping that. We're going with some Xyz Summon. There you go, because we have Eternal Soul, we can summon the Magician of Chaos next turn from the graveyard. So, but actually, in case there's a turn 2, because Big Guy is gonna steal the Machina Fortress this time, we have no cards in hand, so we don't care even if it tries to discard, and then we can just go for lethal with its own monsters. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, tier 1 deck, Speedroid. Let's see what we have. It seemed to go forth with the Horse Stilts and summoning the Denden Daigo Duke to go directly into a Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Then the skill to play a Red Eye Dice to go into Crystal Wing, turn 1 of course, pretty common. And then it's got the skill again to mill and a couple of set cards. So you can negate an attack with the Speedroid Tri-Eye Dice, as you can see. It's asked to go first, no Cyclone unfortunately, and basically no piece of the combo. I started with my Rod, of course it's going to negate that, then I went with the Circle, and I basically have nothing more. I should have actually waited for this. I mean, what was the point? So misplay from my side. He's got the Piper to grab basically only to excavate the first card. It was a Yo-Yo, good draw for him. It's got the Denden Daigo Duke to summon another tuner, then he just attacked. Eternal Soul to summon the Dark Magician from the hand. So as you can see, even if we do not have the ritual stuff, as long as we can have Eternal Soul plus Circle and a Dark Magician, we're chilling. So summon to banish of course the Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. I was expecting that, that's why I summoned him in defense. So I tried to banish that, he protected it with the lens. And at this point I made a mistake. I used the effect of Rod and he negated again. It was so stupid, honestly, and so he was able to deal me even more damage. So 2 misplays in this duel already. We had Eternal Soul again to summon the Dark Magician back on the field, this time banishing the Crystal Wing with no lands to protect. So we can just get rid of that and we're still good. So he's got double Yo-Yo though to summon the level 3. I went with the other Eternal Soul in order to trigger the effect of Rod to tribute my Dark Magician and then summoning him back again on the field to trigger the Circle. Keep in mind that you can do even this play when you have a Rod in the graveyard. So that was so cool. there you go, Dark Magician again, banishing, of course, the only non-tuner monsters on the field, so that he's got no synchro summon to do, but instead he's got the Take Tomberg, and he did some stuff, but I think he just was trying to do stuff that was not good. So there you go, we're chilling. Unfortunately, we have all our spell and trap slots clogged, so we cannot ritual summon. I went with Rot, he's got Warning Point. No worries for that, we can still attack with Dark Magician and get rid of Take Tomberg. So you just need a non-tuner monster. He went with the Cycling, popping the Eternal Soul. Everything is destroyed, but I don't care, we have the other one. He just went with Card Turbo to boost his boys in order to be able to attack and go for lethal, but I have the other Eternal Soul. I can just summon my Dark Magician back on the field to banish this guy and his scope. So as you can see, we were able to win even without the ritual stuff. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. So guys, that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. I know there are a lot of Magician of Chaos fan out there, and I know you're gonna be happy with this. I still think it's still too hard to pull this combo with the new skill, the Magician's Magic, with the ritual, with the quick play spell to ritual summon the Magician of Chaos. I still think it's I mean, you know, we have not enough stuff to search, and I think the preparation rights is just wasted if you do not play ritual cards, because if you play Magician's Magic, you're only gonna play the quick play, not the ritual spell cards. So preparation rights feels a little bit wasted, you know what I mean? So this is still, I think this is still one of the funniest way to play Dark Magician, one of the most powerful deck. Of course, he has troubles with consistency, but this is very nice. I hope you enjoyed this. Of course, if you have some questions, don't be afraid to ask in the comment section down below, or actually in the Discord channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.